Hi Danish learner, welcome back to my channel Danish Matters. I'm Tina Bakker, your Danish friend and tutor. This video is going to be about gestures. I'm a Dane and a lot of Danes, they don't really use gestures that much, but I do. I knock over things, I'm a little bit clumsy, and I talk a lot like this. but Danes actually do gestures, and I'm going to talk to you about different gestures that we do so that you're going to understand us a little bit better, because gestures in different countries aren't the same. I used to teach at a language school, and at one point I was teaching a little group of only Europeans, and we were somehow getting into something about gestures, and one student said, "But it's the same. We're all Europeans. We all do the same." And I said, "I bet we don't. Let's have 5 minutes where you would say, show a gesture to the one sitting next to you. You're not supposed to say anything. And the one that you're showing your gesture to is going to tell you what it means." And after 5 minutes, they were stunned, like, "Oh, we don't do the same things. We don't." And another story here is that when I was in Belgium as an au pair, I attended language school in order to learn French. And one day I learned that this meant to be afraid. It meant to be scared. And I was just very surprised, because in Danish we wouldn't do that. I was actually a little bit sort of wondering about, is it just a little clumsy way of doing like this? Do they mean money? Or in Danish, actually, we do this as time sometimes. We say time and we mean money. Jeg har ikke tid. It means I can't afford it, but we're not saying that. Yeah, it's a little confusing, yeah? But I was surprised. And then that very same day, the mother of my host family came home from work, and she'd been out grocery shopping. So she's been to a grocery store, and something happened, and she was telling me about it. And then she said, "J'étais comme ça. I was like this." And I said, stop. Does that mean to be afraid? And she said, "Yeah, it does." So I was like, yes, I learned something at language school, and I was actually going to go out in real life and have that served to me and be true. It was right what I had learned. And that's what you can do if you attend language school or if you take Danish classes. You can go out into the Danish society and actually use what you have learned, yeah? So that meant to be afraid. I would do like this in Danish if I'm afraid, or like that, yeah? That could also be afraid, or like very surprised, yeah? So I'm just gonna go to the very simple one first, yeah? When we mean yes, we would nod our heads. Yeah? I used to teach at a language school, and one colleague one day, she said that in her class, there was a male student who she was asking if he had done his homework, and he went like this. And she was like, "Did you do your homework?" He didn't really want to answer with words, apparently, and I don't know where he came from. I forget that in the story, but it meant no, as I recall, yeah? But no in Danish would be to shake your head. Nodding is yes, shaking your head is no, yeah? I think it is in a lot of countries, but not in all, yeah? As you just heard. So, yeah. Another one is, I remember when reading a comic book to my son many years ago, and there was a person saying that he had had enough about something, and he did like this. "I've had enough." And I said to my son, "I bet this comic isn't Danish." And I looked it up, and it was Belgian or French, as I think. And they would do like this, yeah? I think they would say that it's, I don't know, underwater, but maybe that's just when they're like feeling stressed and so on. Maybe this is not true, but at least they would say like this when they've had it with something. When we have had it with something, we would do like this, like that. "I've had it, it's enough. I can't do anymore." Or the slightly more provocative, vulgar one, like this. "Yeah, It's not nice. I'm just saying it. I'm just showing it, yeah, because it's out there, yeah. Language and gestures aren't always pretty, okay? Yeah. If I'm full, we could actually say that we're full in Danish. In French, they wouldn't say that. They would say that they have had enough. Yeah, it's not, you don't say the word that you are full. But we do in Danish because we're, I guess, more down to earth. We don't have a problem saying that. So we would probably touch our belly, which you can't see right now, but maybe we won't, but we would say, jeg er mæt. Yeah, jeg er mæt. That is to be full, but we might touch our belly at the same time. Yeah, meaning that we're full. And one final one that I want to show you is when, let's say, someone asks you about your new job and you are not too happy about it, and they say, er du glad for dit nye job? And you would go, or Dane would go, bop, bop, bop. I think you get from the gesture that it's a little so-so, yeah? Not really, but it's not bad. It's just not good either. Bop, bop, bop. It didn't used to be with that sound, bop, 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 in Danish. It comes from a TV program, which is a julekalender. Julekalender in Danish can mean many things. And if you want to, there's actually a video on that on this channel about calendars. Julekalender can be something that you put up on the wall, or something that you get a little present on, or you have a little picture on it, or you get candy from it, or something like that. But it can also be a show on TV for kids. Normally for kids. When I was a child, there was one julekalender. Now there are many, and there are even some for adults. When I was a teenager, there was the first one for adults being made, and it's called The Julekalender. Yes, it's the English word the, T-H-E. It is a mix of Danish and English together. It's strange, but also a little bit hilarious how they use their languages mixed into each other. I think you need to be pretty good at both languages in order to really get it. But in some episodes, or at some point, someone is saying bop, bop, bop. It's very Copenhagen-like. That's why I'm saying it like that. It's very like that. Bop, bop, bop. And it means so. Yeah. So those were a few of our gestures. Maybe you can ask me about others. I don't know how you would do that in writing, but maybe you would think of something and you can write about it. Or you can write about gestures in your country. What do you do that people don't understand, or what is just what you do? It could be fun to exchange, yeah? Do it down below in the comments. And all I have left to say is, happy Danish learning!